Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Percona's Executive Vice President for Sales and Marketing, Jim Doherty.
Thank you. That drone's going to be a tough act to follow, I think. Welcome, everybody. Let me be the first to officially welcome you to Percona Live and OpenStack Live 2015. We've got a very exciting morning for you, a week full of great tutorials. And before the people show up that you actually came to see, you're stuck with me for a few minutes going through some housekeeping items. So first of all, what's new this year? Well, obviously, it's more than Percona Live this year. We're also doing OpenStack Live, and we've got a great number of tutorials. The sessions are available to everyone who's a Percona Live registrant. So if you sign up for Percona Live, you can go to any of the OpenStack Live breakouts or tutorials. We've got the MySQL 101 tracks this year, very popular track. So the whole idea was DBAs are hard to find, so you send us a developer, you send us a sysadmin, we'll send you back a DBA. So there's a whole set of tracks on there, and we split them up into both developers and admins. Tickets are also available at the registration desk if you haven't signed up for that. We've got more breakout sessions this year. We've got more tutorials. We've got some big announcements coming up throughout the week and later today. And you may have heard Woz is here. So I believe he's on his way into the building. We had a Woz sighting, so we're excited to have him, and that should be a fun conversation. Okay, want to welcome you officially. We've got over 1,200 attendees this year. That's really impressive. And of those, the most from one company, not Percona. Any guesses? Yeah, I heard it. So Oracle has 20 folks with them here today, and Facebook has 22. Let us hear it. Okay, we have 36 countries represented here. This is incredible, and we have some folks that came a really long way to be here. So distances traveled. No one, unless it's this person, is actually going to guess who came the furthest, but we're going to go. We've got some usual suspects. We've got a couple folks from Pakistan here. They came 1,200 kilometers. We've got a handful from India, also 1,200 kilometers. We've got 4 folks from Australia. These guys always win. Not today, we think. This is not confirmed. I haven't seen the passport. We have a registrant from South Georgia. Anyone know where South Georgia is? No, it's not the country that wants to secede in the United States. South Georgia is part of the Sandwich Islands, south of South America. Now, I'm a little bit dubious because the population of South Georgia is 30 people, so we have a significant percentage of the population. So if anything goes wrong here, we've got some answering to do. But we're going to try and verify that and maybe do something special for that person if they actually came. By the way, if it's the Republic of Georgia and the Caucasus, they would have just barely made the list at about 11,000 kilometers. So either way, it's a heck of a distance traveled. So welcome. Thanks for coming so far to be part of this week. A couple of housekeeping items you saw on the card. Please submit your evaluations. If you complete 5, you get put in a drawing. We're going to give away 3 $50 gift cards. Complete the passport program card by today. Turn it in at the registration desk. The giveaway is the Apple II you saw on the Percona booth last night. It's going to be a little bit different because Wozniak's going to sign it. You want to complete that passport. It might be something you want to hold on to after that. Lunch at the Hyatt in the Expo Hall. Please bring your lunch tickets. And then I believe evening events. Okay, so last night we had the opening reception that was very well attended. A lot of folks had fun. Tonight we've got the Birds of a Feather community dinner at Pedro's tonight at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow night is a community network reception sponsored by Yelp, GitHub, and Box. We're going to follow that up with the Percona community game night. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Thursday night we'll have the closing remarks and the giveaways. Be social, please tweet, hashtag Percona Live, hashtag OpenStack Live. And we want to tell you now about the conferences for next year and later this year. So first thing, Percona London, we have changed to Percona Live Europe, and we're going to rotate it throughout Europe from now on. So this fall, we're moving from London to Amsterdam. Call for papers is open now, and Percona Live will be here Thank you. Percona Live will be here April 18th in 2016. Okay, now it's my great pleasure to bring Peter Zaitsev up. So Peter co-founded Percona in 2006. He assumed the role of CEO. He's a serial entrepreneur. He started his first startup while attending Moscow State University, where he majored in computer science. As CEO of Percona, Peter enjoys mixing business leadership with hands-on technical expertise. He's the co-author of the high-performance MySQL, published by O'Reilly, one of the most popular books on MySQL performance, and he's here with us now to open the show. Peter, come on up.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, good morning, everyone. So first, I wanted to do the important stuff. Thank our sponsors. Guys, thank you again for sponsoring the show. It wouldn't be such fun without you, or we'll have to charge much more for tickets. We especially want to thank the Continuant and VMware for being the Diamond Plus sponsor this year, as well as everybody else. Okay? Yes, everybody else. So we have an amazing amount of sponsors this year, more than any years before. Thank you, all you guys, for your support. It's indeed wonderful. And you also help us to make a very interesting and engaging expo hall this year. Now, I also wanted to thank our speakers. We have more than 200 speakers this year, and obviously these are the guys which most of us came here to see. We have also enhanced conference with more opportunity to meet the experts and more talks, such as the short talks at Demo Theater and Expo Hall. I wanted to thank both committees. We have two of them this year. They do an amazing job going through hundreds of submissions to create the Percona Live and OpenStack Live schedule. I know it very well this year because I am one of the guys on committee, and that is really, really hard job. And also, I wanted to thank our conference team, which is making this show better and better every year. Just as when they thought there is no way it can be better, next year it becomes better again. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is this year's anniversary, right? We celebrate 20 years of MySQL, which is quite a significant age. And instead of doing some sort of, very serious, I wanted to go through some fun moments in the MySQL history. But before that, let me ask you to stand up. That's morning, good to stretch a little bit anyway. Good, thank you. So now, if you guys haven't used MySQL 5.5, can you sit down? Oh, okay. Anybody who used MySQL only after 5.0? Oh my gosh, mostly all-timers here. Anybody who did not use MySQL 4.0? Everybody use MySQL 4.0? Oh, no, okay. Yeah, the crowd getting thinner. What about 3.23? Okay. What about 3.22? That was the first version I myself started to use. Honestly, I couldn't be with MySQL for all 20 years. I was 15 when it was started, and I was more interested in my girlfriends than doing database system. Okay. Anybody here who has started using MySQL earlier than 3.23? Anybody? 3.21? Who is out there? Anybody left? Oh, wow. There are some heroes. Well, so that's very good to see so many new faces and some old-timers as well participate in the show. So in this case, I think our next quiz would be pretty easy for you guys. So anybody knows what company released MySQL? Just shout out. Huh? What? Okay, so it was not MySQL AB, right? This was a company TCX Data Consult IB, and this is a screenshot from one of the early websites. Yeah. Actually, that's not the first website. The first website was in complete text. I think Monty wrote it in VI or something like that. Emacs? Oh, yes, Monty is the Emacs guy. That's right. Yeah, I remember a story when we were not supposed to be write HTML emails in MySQL because Monty's VI couldn't handle them. Like, true story. So, do you guys know what the MySQL take on transactions was? Well, it can be summed up as transactions are evil. And this is exact quote from MySQL manual. I will give you a chance to read it a little bit. So the first one is true, right? That support of transactions in MySQL indeed required completely different table layout, which is called InnoDB, right? And then the second one is, did anybody got the performance improvement here, moving from MySum to InnoDB? Anyone? Yeah, so that is a way how innovation can overcome the obvious limitations. Now, what was the first transactional engine for MySQL? BerkeleyDB? Oh, no, guys, you guessed wrong. Actually, the first transactional engine for MySQL was Gemini, which kind of appeared and died a quick legal death, getting their a big dispute on trademark and licensing in MySQL history. What about their, oh no, that's the next one. So that is actually Larry's boat, right? So, well, one of Larry's boats, yes, let me be clear. And you know what Larry I'm speaking about, right? Good. So, do you guys know when MySQL became as vast as Oracle? And I mean that Oracle database which helped to support the maintenance for this boat. Anybody knows? That was back in 2002, if you believe their EVIC marketing benchmarks. And as we all know, the MySQL has become much, much better since 2002. So I think we probably are way better than Oracle in those days. Well, at least Thomas Ullin comes to us every year and take how they had performance improved to 150%, right, from last year. So it must be true. What was the first operating system MySQL made available for? Solaris, yes, that's right. Anybody still runs MySQL on Solaris? Okay, some hands, yeah, so things change, right? Finally, do you guys know if MySQL was always planning an acquisition? No, well, the MySQL was planning to go IPO, grow to become successful, and acquire Oracle in the end, right? That was a pitch when I was out there. And in the end, MySQL, I think, became one of a few companies which has the pleasure to celebrate successful exit while having a chance to burn the SEC IPO filing papers. That's a true picture. Now, where MySQL is today, MySQL is the most popular open source database, so I think actually SQLite is another contender in this space. My top 5 out of 5 websites are based on MySQL, and I think if you look at top 5 out of 5 enterprises, they also would be using MySQL, at least somewhere. Maybe not all of them know they use MySQL, but all of them use MySQL. MySQL is a leading database for best web applications and the leading open source database in the cloud. So for those 20 years, from a humble beginnings, it really have achieved a lot. So where would we see MySQL in the next 5 years? Well, we'll see what the MySQL importance and relevance will increase. I think over the last few years, MySQL has started assault on enterprise space, and I see more and more enterprise companies see MySQL is being mature, and well, hey, that's one of our Oracle technologies, right? To run a very serious application. And I think in the next 5 years, we'll see MySQL becoming a very important database for majority of enterprise application. So enjoy the conference. Please learn, connect with you guys, inspire and be inspired, and just have fun. Thank you, guys.